Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good day, wherever you happen to be listening to this internet broadcast. I'm coming to you tonight under the crisp, cool, clear skies of southern British Columbia. I hope you're all doing well. Today we'll be doing something a little different, but something that's near and dear to me, and it's called radio. Yes, radio. It's still around, and I remember when it was essentially the internet for me when I was growing up in the subarctic of northern Canada in what is called the Yukon Territory. Radio in all its forms, including shortwave, was my window to distant worlds. I owned all forms of radio growing up. Police radios, crystal radios, shortwave radios, and how could we forget CB radios? Oh, I loved that Citizens Band radio. Many a long winter night was taken up either listening or trying to talk to people in far-off lands with my various radios. It never ceased to amaze me that you could actually talk to somebody at night with a CB radio that was 2,000 miles away from you when the conditions were just right. And it was free, raw, and uncensored for the most part. While some areas of commercial radio are struggling in the 21st century, I can assure you radio is still alive and well, and there are interesting sounds to delight your mind if you get bored watching cat videos on the internet. Shortwave radio still offers an international world of mystery and intrigue. And the good news is that if you're able to watch this video of mine, you don't even need to buy or own a shortwave receiver to join the fun. The University of Twente in the Netherlands offers an online broad-spectrum shortwave tuner that you can use for free. You're able to tune in whatever station you wish and even record what you hear. I will place a link in the description for those of you who are interested in trying it. And if you dare to roam onto the shortwave bands, you will be sure to find the interesting, the odd, and the bizarre. You will find everything from normal types of commercial broadcasts from around the planet to bizarre number stations that transmit cryptic codes to foreign spies and operatives worldwide. A number station is an unknown station that broadcasts tones and spoken numbers, often even in a creepy fashion. My all-time favorite number station is the Lincolnshire Poacher, and I will play you a sample of it right now to give you an idea of how odd and creepy the world of shortwave can get. Yes, shortwave is a smorgasbord of sounds, guaranteed to inform, delight, and even sometimes creep you right out. And to wet your listening whistle, I will indulge you with radio sounds from around the world. So let's play a little sample that runs about 12 minutes for you. It consists of radio interval signals, station identifications, and various other sound bites from around planet Earth that I've collected and curated just for you. You may note the amazing diversity of style of communication on the airwaves. Some stations are smooth as silk with their announcers, while other stations take themselves a wee too seriously. So without further ado, here's a trip around the radio world. And don't worry, it's 98% in English, so no translation is required.
You're listening to CBC North Radio 1 from our production center in Yellowknife.
Broadcasting from 9 to 5 daily on FM 96.3, AM 1035 kHz medium wave, and 5020 kHz shortwave.
It's a lot of stuff.
Kappa Talk 100.4 FM is Harare's premier talk radio station, mandated with telling and reflecting Zimbabwe's story through the viewpoint of the Hararian.
This is the Voice of Turkey.
Hey, maybe you like Trade Winds Radio so much you'll have to come back for another vacation.
And I'm supposed to swallow the excuse that you need a little vacation.
Trade Winds Radio, the sound of the tropics. The sound of the tropics.
Namaskar. This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio, welcoming listeners in East, West and Northwest Africa, West Europe and the United Kingdom.
This is the voice of St. Martin, PJD3, 102.7 FM, broadcasting from Plaza 21, Phillipsburg, St. Martin.
Live from the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government, this is the News Hour.
ABC Radio 104.7 starts its transmission at 6 a.m. and keeps you company till 12 a.m.
For those of you who have just joined us, you are listening to the English service of Radio Ethiopia.
We're the award-winning voice of Barbados, #1 in excellence. Voice of Barbados.
Radio Nacional de Costa Rica.
All foreign language broadcasts are on Reshet Aleph, the first channel, which can be heard as follows. In Central Israel on 576 kilohertz on the AM band. In the Jerusalem area and Eilat on 1458 kilohertz AM.
Now, Moscow's only English-speaking hit music station.
Capital FM.
News. Capital FM, Moscow.
It's 8 p.m. and you're tuned to Bhutan Broadcasting Service. I'm Kizan Chuki. Good evening.
Well, it's 10:15 Wednesday morning, and you are tuned into 105 Live here in Rome.
This is ZBVI, opening its transmission for today. ZBVI is owned and operated by Virgin Islands Broadcasting Company Limited, with 10,000 watts of power, 780 on your AM dial. Licensed by the Government of the British Virgin Islands, with studios and transmitter located at Boggers Bay, Tortola.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's 5:15 a.m. here in Cairo, Egypt. That's 02:15 hours Greenwich Mean Time. And now it's time for our news brought to you by Radio Cairo, the North American service.
A very good afternoon to you, and welcome to our afternoon and evening programs from VOU2. You're listening to the Christmas Island Broadcasting Service, which is operated by the administration of the territory of Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean.
AFN Tokyo is hitting the trail. Every Wednesday in March, we're playing the classic 90s game, The Oregon Trail, live on the air. Who lives? Who died? Who makes it to Oregon? Tune in to the Midday Madness Show on Eagle 810 every Wednesday in March to find out.
Across Australia and around the world, this is News Radio.
Esta es Radio Taíno, su emisora turística, transmitiendo las 24 horas del día desde La Habana, Cuba.
This is Radio Taíno, your tourist station broadcasting 24 hours a day from Havana City, Cuba.
You're tuned to the Voice of South Africa. Here follows the news brought to you with the compliments of Southern Cross Africa News.
Magic Malta 91.7.
Like us.
Like us.
Like us.
Good morning. This is the weather forecast and the local weather. The local weather this morning at 8:30. Viaraya, calm, variable clouds and dry, and 9 degrees. Klaksvik, gentle breeze, rather cloudy, and a few sunny spells, and 6 degrees. Famian, gentle breeze, gentle breeze, fair and dry, 8. And Warburg has light air, fair and dry, and they have 6 degrees. I'm trying to make no more mistakes while I'm reading the weather forecast that's valid until Thursday morning.
RTE Radio 1 Extra. Now with news from Asia, produced in Indonesia, Asia Calling.
This is KBC English Service.
Your #1 radio. KBC English Service.
Stockholm International on 89.6.
Ni lyssnar till Sveriges Radio P6, Stockholm International på FM 89,6.
Radio for Peace International serves as the global messenger of peace and hope to the farthest reaches of the earth. The ultimate goal of RFPI is to create peace in hearts, homes, communities, and all nations of the world. In order to foster a worldwide culture of peace, RFPI transmits programs via shortwave and the Internet. The programs champion human rights, increase global awareness, promote tolerance, equip listeners to become architects of peace, expose prejudice, hatred, and injustice, celebrate diverse cultures, and advocate environmental awareness.
This is the English program of Radio Deutsche Welle, Germany's international broadcasting service, with the program for Southeast Asia, transmitted from Cologne in the 49 and 41 meter bands.
You are listening to the national news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation.
On 1458 AM and 91.3, 92.6 and 100.5 FM. This is Radio Gibraltar, Gibraltar's radio.
Radio Gibraltar, Gibraltar's radio.
Well, from Hilversum in Holland, this is Radio Netherlands, the Dutch international service, broadcasting to Europe on 6045 kHz in the 49 meter band and also on 9860 kHz in the 31 meter band. We're also broadcasting to the east coast of North America on 5965 kHz, and that's found in the 49 meter band. The news is next here on Radio Netherlands. Independent thinking, independent voice.
This is the BBC World Service in London. Hello, Antarctica. This is the British Antarctic Survey Midwinter Broadcast. I'm Gabrielle Walker, and here in the studio are also Don Withers, Base Commander for Weather, and Personnel Officer for BAS, Emma Downey. Hello to you both.
Samoa's smooth sounds.
Easy.
K-Light 101.1.
This is DWBR of the Philippine Broadcasting Service, 104.3 on FM. Music and talk, nice and easy.
The time at the tone, 5 o'clock.
This morning, our morning chorus comes from the Small Birds, and before that we're listening to folk dance from Romeo and Juliet, Suite 1 by Prokofiev. Boris Chektavorian conducted the Armenian Philharmonic Orchestra. This is Concert FM, a network of Radio New Zealand, funded through New Zealand On Air.
You are listening to ZCCR 94.1, Caribbean Christian Radio, Little Licks Hill, Tortola, British Virgin Islands.
Radio New Zealand National.
You have been listening to the Administration Broadcasting Station, Radio Wewak VL9CD, broadcasting from Wewak, New Guinea, on a frequency of 3.335 megacycles in the 90-meter band. Radio Vivek is now closing and will be on the air again tomorrow afternoon. Good night, everyone.
So what did you think of that? I took you on an audio journey across the planet and even to a few distant locations that most of you may never see in your lifetime. Sound is one of the senses we don't indulge as often as we should, and perhaps that is why I love radio so much. Radio is still where the theater of the mind can exist without the hassle of visually paying attention all the time. And often the spoken word is not so beautiful until we are able to embrace how it is framed in the context of well-articulated language in and on the format of radio. Radio forces us to listen, which is something we don't do enough in the modern world. So take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, tubers.